recording a video at 11:15 p.m. at night probably isn't the best idea, but tomorrow's Top 5 Wednesday, so thought I should probably record this now. Oh well, but I have all my thoughts written in this notebook here, so not going to be too frazzled. But anyway, I'm doing my June 2015 wrap-up and July TBR video. I don't know when this is going to be up. Most likely the morning of tomorrow, but by the time this is uploaded, it won't be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow, so I don't know. But so yeah, I read 7 books this month, and I started one, but I didn't finish it, so I'm going to talk about those, and it was actually very weird this month. Most of the books I read were almost none of the books that I actually own in physical copy. I either got them from the library or read them on my iBooks thing on my phone/iPad, and I only read one of my physical copy books. So let's get to the things that I read. The first book that I read was More Than This by Patrick Ness, and I rated this 3 stars because I kind of felt disappointed by it. I thought it was going to be this big inspirational kind of book, but it turned out to be this weird sci-fi book, which I did not really expect. I don't know. It just was not what I expected. However, the whole mystery of it kept me going, and also I liked the characters, so that was good. And the plot wasn't horrible, but honestly, I was just disappointed, and I also had a lot of unanswered questions. So, honestly, just felt meh about it. Then I read Ask the Passengers, also from the library, by A.S. King, and this one I liked considerably better because I rated it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was realistic. It was funny. I really loved pretty much all the characters, especially the main character though. She was so funny and real and just so relatable. And the plot was good, and the writing was really, really good, and I just really enjoyed mostly everything about it pretty much, and I would definitely recommend it. Then, again from the library, I read Rooms by Lauren Oliver, which I rated 3.75 stars because I really enjoyed the writing. The characters were very complex and messed up in their own way, but yet you still kind of feel sorry for each one of them in their some own twisted way. But the plot was interesting and kept me going with the whole mystery part of it, but I felt like the ending was a little abrupt, and I don't know, I just didn't really feel fully satisfied with the ending. I think it should have been fleshed out a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, if the ending was better, I think it would have been a better overall book for me. I mean, if you're interested in it, I would definitely tell you to try it because it's not horrible, but I was just kind of disappointed with how it ended. Then I read This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl, and that was like not even on my TBR. Actually, a lot of the books on this were not even on my TBR, but anyway, I read this on iBooks, and I rated it 3 stars. And it was nothing even personal towards Esther because I really enjoyed reading from Esther's point of view. But I feel like writing a whole book about Esther was kind of unnecessary. I don't know. I mean, it's not like she was like super inspirational or achieving all these things or anything really. Like, there's just so many other more worthy people. I don't know, like, not even against Esther, I'm saying. It's just, I felt like the book was kind of pointless. I don't know. But again, I really enjoyed reading from Esther's point of view. It's just, I didn't really think it was necessary. Then I read the only physical copy book that I read all month. and that was Legend, the graphic novel. And this was adapted from Legend, the actual text novel, which is by Marie Lu, and it was adapted by Leigh Dragoon and illustrated by Kari, I think you pronounce it. I'm not exactly sure, but I rated this 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed the art. It was really good, very well done. I thought I really enjoyed flipping through. Let me find a good page. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just liked the art style. I really, really liked that. I thought that was really good. However, I feel like the transition from scene to scene was poorly done. It just kind of switched from scenes kind of rapidly. I don't know, but it was kind of meh. So that part was kind of meh, but I really enjoyed everything else about it. It was easy to read and just complete, and I thought it was very well done, even though some stuff was left out. But I mean, that's kind of like to be expected when you read a graphic novel that's adapted from a text novel. Then I read The Crown of Ptolemy by Rick Riordan, and this is the third and I think final novella in this mini series of Percy Jackson Kane Chronicles crossover novellas. But yeah, I ended up rating it 3 stars. It was an average novella, nothing too outstanding, and it wasn't horrible, so yeah. And the final book that I read this month, I actually finished today, and I got it from the library, and it was The Dust of 100 Dogs by A.S. King, and I rated this 4 stars. What I really enjoyed about this book, again, I liked A.S. King's writing, as always. She's a good writer. And I liked the plot of the book, especially the parts of, like, the earlier story parts, like the 17th century parts, more so than the modern-ish parts. But I enjoyed the plot overall, and the main character I really enjoyed. I thought she was a really great main character, and I enjoyed reading from her point of view and hearing her story. In the older part, the modern part was kind of eh. But the things I didn't like about this book that made me knock off a star is that I think the timeline of the events, it should have been just told in the order they were that they happened, instead of being all jumbled around. I didn't really like that. And also, one thing in the book was skipped over, which was kind of the whole point of the book almost, because to give you a brief synopsis of this book is about this teenage pirate named Emer Morsi, and she's killed with and cursed with the dust of 100 dogs, which curses her to 100 lives as a dog before she returns as a human with all her memories fully intact. And it basically skipped over the whole 100 dogs things. I mean, there was a few mentions of it throughout the book, but I mean, no real in-depth thing. I mean, I know you can't really go through the whole 100 lives, but I mean, I thought there'd be a little bit more about that. I don't know, but otherwise, I enjoyed it. I started a book this month for summer reading, and that was The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. I'm reading this from iBooks because it's free on there. Anyway, I'm almost halfway through it now, I think. But so far, I am not really enjoying it at all. It's just boring, and I am finding the southern accent tone of it to be really annoying and hard to get through, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I'm determined to finish it. So, hopefully I will. I don't know, but I have to do it for summer reading, so I probably will. So now on to my July TBR. I'm going to make this kind of quick so as to not make the video super long. But my first thing that I want to do in July is try on working on finishing The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, because that's for summer reading. But also, I need to read The Lessons of St. Francis by John Michael Talbot for summer reading. So those two books are my priority. I also want to read The Remedy by Suzanne Young next month, because this I had in my TBR for last month for June, but I never got to it because I was just getting books from the library and just, I don't know why I did that the whole month basically. So I'm going to try and read some of my physical copy books this month, and this hopefully will be one of them. I also want and need to get to Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, hopefully in July, because I think I've had this in more than one TBR video and have not read it. And I need to finish this trilogy because this is the final book in the Grisha trilogy. And I got this book at like the end of December, so it's been like half a year. Still haven't read this. Probably should. Like the cover, that's completely unrelated. What am I even doing? I also want to read Tempest this month by Julie Cross, because I have the first two books of this trilogy. I would like to at least start the series this month by cracking down on the first book, because it sounds really interesting. I'd also like to read Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder sometime this month, because I don't know, I've just had some weird craving to read this, and yeah, I have this in iBooks because it was really cheap on there. So probably I will most likely read this because it's on my phone and also on my iPad, so like I can read it like mobile, bring it basically anywhere. So this will most likely happen. I don't know what to say, but yeah, I've had this weird craving to read it, so see how that goes. Alright, that's gonna be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys next time in my next video, which will probably be tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna do 2 videos in one day, but if I do, then, well, that's just great. Well, that sounds sarcastic, but it wasn't. Okay, I'm gonna go because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm awkward. Okay, bye.